Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Turn your dial to find the frequency of the past.
Captain Midnight.
Where the classic stories of mysteries, sci-fi, thrillers, and suspense are found waiting to be heard once again.
Another case for Nick Carter, Master Detective.
You'll find a variety of those stories here, in their original form, where each episode takes you to another place or time.
The Man of Bronze, Doc Savage.
But only when you find the mystery frequency. Available everywhere.
The shadow knows.
Welcome to Satan is My Superhero. In this episode, we tempt the algorithm to bring all kinds of crazies to our door with the most clickbaity number there is, 666, mark of the best.
Not a typo.
For a limited time, we are selling 666 mark of the best merch.
Visit SatanIsMySuperhero.com and buy some blasphemy.
Wear the mark with pride because you are the best. This entire episode is absolutely not a way of correcting a typo on our order to the merch supplier.
Obviously, it goes without saying, 666 is relevant to anyone mentally unstable, and the show,
those two things are the same thing.
because of its appearance in
The Book of Revelation.
In chapter 13 of that great book John of Patmos gives us,
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
I'm not going to get into what all this means here and now. We have a series dedicated to a verse-by-verse explanation of the Book of Revelation. So far, we've already pulled apart 3 chapters.
Book of Revelation 1, first chapter of the final chapter. Book of Revelation 2, where Satan dwells, and Book of Revelation 3, I will come into him. We also did an introductory episode, Book of Revelation 0, prologue of the epilogue.
Gratuitous back catalogue plug.
And we will analyse this one in greater detail when we get to chapter 13.
In about 5 years' time at this rate.
But suffice it to say, 666 has significance in the world of crazy because of that quote I just gave you. So leaving the biblical scholarship to one side for this episode, I thought it would be fun to look at cases of hysteria around this number.
Mummy, I'm worried about the number 6.
Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Oh, you're serious, aren't you?
Straight away, there's an interesting little wrinkle in the fabric of reality when we strip 666 back to its most basic unit. The number 6 is the first perfect number.
If 6 is so perfect, why don't you just marry it?
TTs, what is a perfect number?
In number theory, a perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to the sum of its positive proper divisors.
Cool. Maybe I'll get a child to explain it.
If you add the factors of a perfect number together, the sum you get is that perfect number. For example, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, and 3. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3, you get 6. So 6 is a perfect number.
That's what I just said.
No, you said nerd stuff follows by integers and divisors, and everyone fell asleep.
Rude.
So what are fun ways unbalanced individuals on the internet have noticed 666 showing up in modern life?
I feel like you're attacking the very people most likely to listen to this episode. I'm starting to see why you've never been successful.
The zip codes in Topeka, Kansas start with 666. By itself, not that interesting, but Topeka, Kansas is the home of the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yes, and I keep getting their mail. It's really getting on my tits. You know they subscribe to Men's Health and GQ. What's up with that?
There is a story going around on the internet based on a Reddit post from a former contestant that there are certain bets you're not allowed to make in the game show Jeopardy. One of them being $666.
Satan. Worship Satan, of course.
But also $14 because white supremacists use the number 14 as a dog whistle.
I predict This will be stupid.
They use the number 14 to represent the 14-word phrase.
We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children.
I am embarrassed.
Hashtag embarrassing. Ugh, embarrassing.
I underestimated how stupid it was going to be.
We need a slogan as inspiring as "Yes, we can," but scary and attention-grabbing like "Death to the fascist insect that preys upon the life of the people."
Should we train in rhetoric and study something like Cicero's Philippics?
I was thinking we could just take a bunch of meth and see where that takes us.
Also banned on Jeopardy's white supremacist dog whistle list is a bet of $88, because H is the 8th letter of the alphabet and 2 8s represent Heil Hitler.
888 is code for Nazi with a stutter.
Heil Hitler. Don't make fun of me.
You also can't combine these two genius-level numbers while locked in a 4-dimensional chess match with the network sensors, so no $1488 or $8,814 either.
I don't know what they're worried about. 90% of racists are filtered out in the application process by the literacy test.
And finally, and quite frankly far less confusingly, on Jeopardy, you can no longer bet $69.
The next number out of the barrel is 69. Dinner for 2.
Nice.
However, in 2010, Yale student Ashok Bhaskar fulfilled a lifelong dream by appearing on Jeopardy. Now, while he did not bet $666 in Final Jeopardy, he did bet the exact amount that left his final score at $666.
Technicality, bitches.
Despite Bhaskar finishing in last place on the night, he hoped to one day return to the show. However, according to the Yale Daily News, where I sourced this story, Bhaskar was ineligible to reappear on the show as long as Alex Trebek was still the host. I'm going to assume that's a Jeopardy rule, and not about any personal animosity between Trebek and Bhaskar.
I fucking hate that 666 kid.
Bhaskar was not put off by this rule and told the Yale Daily News,
I'll just wait till his death or retirement.
Just 10 years later, Alex Trebek was dead.
Wasn't me, Governor.
I spent way too much time on Jeopardy for this episode, but there's one more. In 2023, a clue on the board read,
expressed in today's numbers, it's the sum total if you add the 7 Roman numerals together.
Taylor Claggett answered the question, or should I say questioned the answer, with,
what is 1,666?
Which is the correct answer. In question, you know what I mean.
What mark did you get on your English paper?
An A.
Now, daughter, you're 18. You should know this by now. This is a Jeopardy household. How do we present answers?
In the form of a question.
Very good. Let's start again. What mark did you get on your English paper?
What mark should you expect after blowing your English professor all semester? In the form of a question. What hang on.
I thought you were aiming too young with daughter.
Let's make, yeah.
I made a point of saying she's 18 for a reason.
Also, I was kind of reading it going like, why am I doing this character? I see.
Now you know what.
Okay, let's start that again.
Now, in response to,
expressed in today's numbers, it's the sum total if you add the 7 Roman numerals together.
Claggett's opponent Ben Sasimoto answered,
what is 666?
I like to think Sasimoto sacrificed the correct answer just to write 666 on his screen.
Technicality, bitches.
If you keep your eye out throughout the Madman TV series, you will see an office building across the street that has a billboard size 666 on it. This is historically correct. The 41-story Tishman building on 666 Fifth Avenue, Manhattan, was indeed adorned with a huge 666 in the 1950s and 60s.
Which was weird, because my offices were actually at 668 Fifth Avenue.
In recent years, this property has been a source of controversy as it is owned by Jared Kushner's family. It became the object of an alleged quid pro quo scandal between the Qatari government and the Trump administration.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Okay, but we were hoping to just do an unethical, shady business deal.
Oh yeah, that's a spot.
But I'm sure 666 Fifth Avenue can put all the controversy behind it now, because as of 2022, it was renumbered 660 Fifth Avenue.
It became 1% less evil.
Christine Week is a Christian troll who, among other things, advocates for female circumcision.
I hate life. Praise Jesus.
In 2014, Week went viral, exposing Monster energy drinks as the hotbed of Satanism they so obviously are. She pointed out their M logo resembles the Hebrew symbol for 6, 3 times.
Snap quiz, Christine. What language was the Book of Revelation written in?
Hebrew. Did I get it right?
Have you ever passed any test, Christine?
No.
Why would today be any different?
She also pointed out Monster uses the slogan,
Unleash the beast!
They wanted to use the slogan "makes you dumb," but Christine was already using it.
And she claimed there's a cross on the can, so as you drink it, the cross becomes inverted, and as she put it,
bottoms up and the devil laughs.
Oh, Christine, everyone's laughing.
Week has also published a book called
Explain This, a verse-by-verse explanation of the Book of Revelation.
Hey, she stole your idea. 12 years before you came up with it.
Since learning Monster energy drinks are satanic, it's all we drink in this household. Here is a typical day with Lexi and the kids in the Satan is My Superhero household. I think it's important to note here that, according to Week and only Week, she wasn't always a Christian bigot. No, according to Week and only Week, she started out as a witchcraft-practicing, devil-worshipping bigot.
Did she, though?
Then, according to Week and only Week, after hearing her stepdaughter's White Zombie CD in 1995, the devil-worshipping, witchcraft-practicing Week turned her life over to being a bigot for Christ and has attacked the LGBT and Muslim communities ever since. She also hates the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus.
Oh, I get it. She's just a miserable cunt.
I'm very sorry. We seem to be experiencing some kind of self-editing issue. We expect to resume normal programming any second now.
In 2014, Louisiana schoolteacher Megan Pinion posted a photo of 2 coffees she had been served on the Starbucks Facebook page. The Starbucks barista had drawn a pentagram in the foam of one of her beverages and 666 on the other. Pinion wrote,
I'm in no way judging his belief or dismeriting his beautiful artwork. I am, however, judging his lack of professionalism and respect for others.
I'm not going to make fun of Ms. Pinion for complaining. She's no Christine Week, and she has a point. It wasn't cool, man. Like, as someone who works a night shift, I say this from the bottom of my heart.
Don't fuck with someone else's coffee.
Although I will say, the way Pinion complained did sound just like a schoolteacher's report card.
This artwork, while being beautiful, did not belong. I give this coffee a C-.
In 2023, it was noticed that the logo for Mark Zuckerberg's Threads looked like 666 with some mental gymnastics.
If you squint just right.
Incredibly credible font of knowledge and sage advice, Kim.com tweeted a picture of the logo with the comment,
How to put 666, the number of the beast, into a logo.
This, I think we can call it what it is, genius level gotcha from Kim.com was then liked by the only other intellect on the internet to rival.com in gravitas, charisma, and wisdom, Elon Musk.
I do too have friends.
It has been noticed by overly stimulated pattern recognition primates that the Google Chrome logo can be made to look like it has a 666 hidden in it.
That's what they say on Bing.
What's Bing?
Exactly.
In 1976, the first Apple computer, the Apple I, was sold for $666.66.
If you didn't take one look at Steve Jobs and think, Antichrist, then I really don't know what to tell you.
Steve Wozniak later claimed he was unaware of the number of the beast, and the price simply came from putting a 33.3% markup on the exactly $500 cost of the unit. The saddest part of that story is that when Steve Jobs said the unit build cost of each computer was exactly $500, Steve Wozniak believed him.
So we'll make $83.33 on every unit.
Yeah, well, except for the turtleneck tax.
The turtle what?
You know, the $82.33 per unit tax you pay for not wearing a turtleneck.
I could wear a turtleneck.
But you're not allowed because of subsection C in the coolness clause of the company charter. Sorry, man, my hands are tied.
In 2021, a still-functioning Apple I sold for $400,000.
Still functioning? You mean it didn't just mysteriously stop working after 3 years? I'd pay $400,000 for that.
Built-in obsolescence.
One of the most popular conspiracy theories around 666 goes back at least to the 70s, and it's that the number 666 is embedded in every barcode.
Satan, devil, Antichrist.
You know, Doris, maybe the Satanic Temple gift shop is not the best place for you to work.
Demon, Satan, devil, Antichrist.
This conspiracy theory works with the Bible verse,
and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
But sadly, with a heavy heart, I have to announce here and now, 666 is simply not represented in every barcode.
How disappointing.
In 2020, South African Chief Justice Mojang publicly prayed against a certain type of medication that I can't mention because we'll get banned on a certain platform. You know what I'm talking about. I'll just mention that key date again, 2020.
Nothing to see here.
Look away! Look away!
Here's a version of that prayer. I've swapped out the key words so we don't get pinged by a certain platform's AI.
I lock out every demon of...
balls.
I lock out any...
scrotum.
that is not of you. If there be any...
nutsack.
that is of the devil, meant to infuse 666 in the lives of people.
Previously on the show, I have mentioned my favourite website, Most Holy Place. Most Holy Place believe...
Not only can the Bible coexist with science, but it can agree with it perfectly.
That's bullshit.
This type of Dunning-Kruger meets cognitive dissonance meets idiocracy has led the amazing intellect behind Most Holy Place to notice unbelievable parallels in science and scripture, like hydrogen starts with the letter H, and so does heaven.
Hi, how are you going?
What's going on with your voice?
I'm getting used to the atmosphere in heaven.
You idiot, you're breathing helium. Everyone knows heaven is hydrogen.
What's the difference?
The intense heat of 15 million degrees Celsius separating negatively charged electrons from the positively charged atomic nuclei, a gravitational force of 26.5 million gigapascals, causing the free nuclei to collide at high speeds, overcoming the natural electrostatic repulsion and fusing.
500 eyewitnesses saw Jesus after he died.
Did they though?
It says it in the Bible.
I am very smart.
Most Holy Place has noticed artistic representations of DNA, looks like a ladder, and Jacob's ladder also looks like a ladder.
How much helium have you been breathing?
I can't see colors anymore.
And for the purposes of this episode, Most Holy Place point out carbon has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and wait for it, 6 electrons.
Devil atom.
And that's why we must burn more fossil fuels.
Do you really believe in the sacred mission of a carbon economy? Or have you simply taken that ridiculous position because the people you don't like are trying to save our environment?
No. And I did get invited to parties at high school. It was just a different high school in Canada. You don't know them.
Most Holy Place are not the only conspiracy-minded Christians demonstrating to the entire world just how confusing they've found science class. You will find Christian conspiracy theorists have noticed the average body temperature above the freezing point of water in Fahrenheit is 66.6 degrees.
But that's not 666. You're all 10% the number of the beast. Oh, hang on, you said Fahrenheit. Let me recalculate that previous statement. Okay, you're all half an ox hoof, 3 bat wings and a turn to the left with one eye closed, the number of the beast.
And when the science doesn't quite fit, your average everyday Christian conspiracy theorist is not above bending the numbers to suit the claim.
Is that the truth, or did you hear it from a Christian?
For example, you will come across this claim. With respect to the orbital plane or horizontal plane, the Earth's axis is tilted at an angle of 66.6 degrees. It's not, it's 66.5.
Earth is across the street from the beast.
Or the curvature of the Earth averages a drop of 0.666 feet per mile. It's not, it's 0.667 feet per mile.
That's redundant. Anyone still using feet and miles thinks the Earth is flat anyway.
The Earth travels around the Sun at a relative speed of 66,600 miles per hour. It doesn't, it's over 67,000 miles per hour.
So far all of these scientific conspiracy theories have been quantified and calculated in miles, feet and Fahrenheit. I'm starting to think they all come from the same backwards part of the world.
And finally, there are numerous TikToks and YouTubes claiming the CERN logo was a subliminal 666. CERN is home to the Large Hadron Collider. Therefore, the conspiratorially minded get their minds all bent out of shape every time they think about it.
Science makes me feel dumb, so it must be demonic.
We did an entire episode titled Large Hadron Collider or The Modern Prometheus.
Gratuitous back catalogue plug.
There are content creators out there who will helpfully highlight 3 sixes in CERN's circle and line design. But you will see instantaneously, following their logic, there are actually 5 sixes.
That's the number of the grandfather of the beast.
They all just ignore the other 2 sixes and keep talking. Which leads me to answer the question, what can we take away from 666, Mark of the Best?
It's a t-shirt.
If you have to lie and ignore inconvenient truths to fit reality into your worldview is wrong. And that's why Satan is my superhero. Thank you so much for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, all that podcast stuff. But most of all, please give us money.
Visit SatanIsMySuperhero.com.
If you join our Patreon at the Third Circle of Hell, you'll receive access to exclusive content like this. Personally feel the main reason for having a sippy cup
is the lid.
And
maybe there's just not many adults require adult sippy cups. I want to see billionaires being eaten in my lifetime. Smorg was like the Vatican.
Except he didn't touch so many boys.
I don't know why I'm even... just absolute nonsense.
It is absolute nonsense.
They were like, nice. do you know the number 69? They were like, oh, whenever you see 69, you have to say nice on the internet. You wouldn't let me, he was sharing it with me like this was a new thing. And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, no one knows why.